Hello, welcome to Really Cool Game Exploits, and we're going to be talking about VR. And even though it says on the video title that I think it's going to fail, I will get to that, but I just want to clarify that I love the idea of VR. I think it's excellent. I want to try it. I want to get all up in that shit. There is just a couple of issues which I'll get into later, but I personally, my views on VR, I think it would be, in my point of view, my personal opinion, I think that VR games would be better suited to, say, games like Elite and Dangerous in a cockpit. It would be flying planes, flying ships, driving cars, even like piloting mechs. I think that's exactly what it needs to be. It might work for, say, games like Battlefield if you're in the vehicles a lot, but I don't personally think that would be good for, say, Twitch shooters like COD or running around as the pilot on Titanfall. Definitely not Insurgency. But I do love the idea. I do love it. I mean, who knows, it might come out with some new games with new game mechanics and breed whole new genres into gaming, which would be a massive bonus. But I'm gonna start from the beginning before I talk about why this is gonna fail. And it was quite a while ago now when I first saw the Oculus Rift, and I saw the original prototype, or one of the really early prototypes at least. And it honestly looked like someone super glued it together in their kitchen. I mean, I couldn't do that by any stretch, but I mean, the thing worked, and what more do you expect from prototype? I know they're still using prototypes now, but they're in beta phases. They've came a long way, a very long way in development, and it caused, the Oculus Rift itself caused such a big hype that general members of the public were picking up dev kits. They were just ordering dev kits in as if they was a software or hardware developer. And I mean, if you don't know, dev kits, their general purpose is, here, have a dev kit, you can now develop games for our thing, or help us make improvements on the hardware with your input and stuff like that. It's a bit like a beta test when you get a dev kit. It is the equivalent of beta test. I'm not talking about the beta test where you just download the beta and then just play the game early. No, I'm talking about the kind of beta test where you sit there, you get the game early, and then you play the shit out of it and try and find bugs, glitches, things that are wrong, things that need improving. Then you sit there, you go on the forum, and you go, these are things that need changing, sorting out, or fixing in general. Do that shit and your game will be better. And the devs will look at it and go, yes, that deserves fixing, apparently. But not so much now. So many games are coming out which are almost broken to being unplayable. So fuck this shit. What happens to beta tests, like real beta tests? Anyway, I digress. I apologise. Right, so Oculus Rift, massive hype, and it's come a long way. And then at GDC recently, Sony comes out with, hey, we're going to have our own headset, and it's going to be all the VRs and stuff, and it looks like a white sort of headpiece from, I don't know, Mass Effect or something. And we don't know the capabilities. It could be really good. I mean, for all we know at the moment, it could be better than the Oculus Rift. Alright, so, okay, fair enough. But then Microsoft comes out as well. And then they say, obviously people know, if you've been watching my channel for quite a while now, I have nothing against Microsoft per se. In fact, at all, really. I like Microsoft. I've been a fan of Microsoft. I haven't got an Xbox One yet. I will see how it goes and which one's the best option. But in the meantime, I have my PC, and it's, to be honest, consoles are questionable for me right now. But yeah, Microsoft come out and go, hey, we're gonna have a headset for the Xbox. Yeah, we don't have anything that we can show you right now, but we put some patents out a couple of years ago, so I've actually been looking at this for quite a while now. And we just never did anything about it because we thought Kinect was the future, but really it fucking ain't. And probably should have gone down the VR route a few years ago, but we didn't because we're fucking idiots. Yeah, anyway, so this is the thing. This is what kills it. Not the fact that Microsoft have joined in, but the fact that you've now got two consoles, the two main consoles, the two big heavy hitters, have now gone, we're going to have our own exclusive thing. Well done, dickheads, you just killed VR. And the reason for this is quite simply third-party developers. Right? And it's the problem that Nintendo's been facing for many moons. Basically, third-party developers, what they want to do is they want to release their games on as many platforms as possible. If they release their games on as many platforms as possible, it increases their profitability margin by a fucking ton. I mean, think Titanfall. Titanfall sold a fuck ton. Titanfall sold a fuck ton, but it's only Xbox One and PC. Now the thing is, now imagine if they had the PS4 as well as Xbox 360 and PlayStation 3. So all the platforms they're at now, other than like the Wii U, which is probably how it would have gone. Obviously, we're getting an Xbox 360 one, but it's delayed by a fuck ton, probably because they can't get it to work. Anyway, so do you see what I mean? It's like you got Titanfall, just 2 platforms, and then you got Titanfall on 3 platforms. Oh wait, you've just like added another. And you got another 2 platforms on top of that. Wait, hold on a sec. That's 3 times the profitability margin that you could make if it sold like roughly the same amount on each platform. Big numbers. So third-party developers want to do it of every game. Now the problem that the Wii U faced is the same as what VR's going to face. Every game that's on the Wii U has to use the tablet. Absolutely has to. No exceptions. Problem this is, aside from using different drivers, different APIs, different hardware that they have to code for, they also now need to completely do an overhaul of their entire control system. It's a headache. I mean, it either adds months onto the end of your dev time, or it means that every time you release a game, you're going to get Xbox, PC, PS3 or PS4, whatever, all coming out at the same time. And then you got the Wii guys sitting there going, why is the game not out on the Wii? Oh, it's because fucking still coding the fucking control scheme, the poxy fucking tablet controls that are completely different to every other fucking system. Right? And we just, we're still doing it. Like, for fuck's sake, we're not going to make everyone else wait. And it just adds time, it costs money, and why? Why would you bother? Because that, they've alienated a few developers the Wii. The developers have gone, no, fuck this shit, and now they've got literally almost like very sparse on the third-party game department. Really, most games are in-house Nintendo games. Now, the thing is, the same will go for VR headsets. They won't all work the same. They might have the same ideas. They might have the 2-screen dealios, one for each eye overlapping, so they sort of simulate what real eyes do and all that kind of stuff. But they're not going to work the same because they're going to be coded by different people. So, I mean, you got Oculus Rift coded by indie developers doing their own thing. They can pretty much build it however they want. They have complete and utter freedom to do whatever they want with it. Microsoft, they'll have a set budget, and I'm not saying that the indie guys won't. They probably would. They do. But let's face it, Kickstarters and that really big thing. They could probably crowdfund some extra cash if they turn around and say, if you give us X money, we will add awesome feature. If they want. Microsoft can't really do that, and they'll probably just go, here's a budget, make it within this amount of time. So that, and the same with Sony, here's money, make it within X amount of time. And also consoles go for affordability as well, so they'll sort of try and cut the costs as and where they can for everything. Otherwise we'd have all diamond encrusted controllers. To be honest, they'll cut corners and for affordability, and hopefully it works okay. You know, and if it does, and they'll test it, and they'll make sure it does work okay, but it might not be to the quality of the Oculus Rift. Either way, that is yet to be seen. They won't work the same. You got one getting coded by Japanese guys, one getting coded by indie devs, and one getting coded by a bunch of Americans. The programming code is not going to be the same. The API is not going to be the same. The driver's not going to be the same. It's going to be like not only porting a game from, say, PC to console, but it's going to be like, here, let's port a game from PC with the Oculus Rift to Xbone or Xbox or whatever with the Xbox headgear, and that's going to have a different way of doing things and a whole bunch of coding, like recoding an entire control system. And then you're going to go to like the PlayStation and be, oh right, we've got to code another whole bunch of fucking shit just to get the fucking thing to work on this thing. It's not going to happen. What's going to happen is you're going to get in-house games like the Kinect and the Move, like the PS Move. They have a lot of exclusive games, but aside from Just Dance and a couple of fitness games, they don't have much in the way of third-party games. And most third-party games fail badly, really quickly when it comes to those. I mean, I can only really speak from the Kinect point of view, but there's not many games out there that are worth touching for that thing. And the ones that are kind of worth having a go at, in-house, made by Rare, which is, you know, Microsoft's little dev studio for all their emotionally controlled stuff, even though they used to be an epic dev studio. It's kind of a shame. That does still hurt a bit. But yeah, I mean, they've done GoldenEye, for fuck's sake, and Perfect Dark. Ah, what did you do to them, Microsoft? So yeah, I mean, the third-party developers are going to end up probably having to pick like one, maybe two platforms and leaving one out. There's going to be like exclusivity barriers all over the shop, because otherwise like the games are going to cost more to develop, then they're going to cost even more to get the licenses to then port them over to the other fucking platforms, and then they're going to have to pay even more money out and time to develop them for each different thing and each different way of doing things and each different driver and API. And you're going to get a sparsity of games on all three platforms. Maybe not on the PC, maybe not. I mean, there's plenty of indie developers out there that probably get hold of that shit and be like, wow, and go crazy with it and make some really insane games. But as far as AAA goes, that will go onto consoles and PC and the other consoles. Yeah, I think that we're going to have massive barriers, and it's a shame, because I think, now personally, I think that they should have gone with like one fucking headset. Like, should have gone like, Oculus Rift, we will pay you to allow your thing to be used on our consoles. No exclusivity, just let it happen. Let it happen. And it would just happen naturally, and all the money would have been shared, spread out everywhere, all fairly. It would have been lovely. Or they could have just like had, like, I mean, as things stand now, you could have the Oculus Rift, and then you could have had the PlayStation with their one, with their Morpheus, because red pill, blue pill. And then you could have the Xbox, and the Xbox, they had a decision to make. They could have gone, yeah, we'll go and make our own one, which is what they're doing. It's going to cost them more money, it's going to take time to develop, and they're a bit behind, because Sony have already done it. I mean, I'm just assuming here that they haven't really got much, or they're only just starting developing it, like the Microsoft headset, because Sony's already there. We've got it here. Here's the shiny thing. Have a look. We're not going to let you use it yet because it doesn't fucking work yet. But here, it looks pretty, right? Yeah, lovely. And Microsoft just like, we are going to do it. We don't even have a concept picture yet, but we're going to do it. It's coming. I promise. Microsoft could have. They could have just gone, right, okay, Oculus Rift. Yeah, that works on PCs. We're Microsoft. We're basically PC. How's about we pay you fuck ton, like just add a few, name your zeros. They could have done. Name your zeros to be able to do it on PC and Xbox One. And then, like you say, you got Oculus Rift on PC and Xbox One, and then you got like just the Morpheus over there. And they could have used that to get third-party developers and more games, more VR games onto their system, onto their side, which could have, well, helped Microsoft catch up Sony a bit. But no, they've got to go for their own one. They're probably not going to get as many third-party developers working on it. And third-party developers are already like having wet dreams over Sony right now. So, I mean, Microsoft, you missed out on a nice little trick there. Kind of like need to sort out your marketing department or something. Just saying. But yeah, bottom line, if VR fails, it will be due to the sparsity of games due to exclusivity walls caused by different hardware being used on different systems, making it much harder for third-party developers to migrate between different systems. Why spend tons of money, tons of time on one game that might sell, but like probably won't sell as much as a normal game because not as many people at first will have VR, and it's going to be the first year that makes or breaks it, when we can just make a normal game and make more money because everyone can then play it and not just a select few that actually bought the VR headsets early. And you know, why port it over to every bloody system and every piece of hardware, because it's just going to take time and money, and it's going to be too much of a headache for them to do. It's unfortunate truth. It'll be the exclusive titles that make or break it, and they better come out and say fucking good. If they don't, then VR's dead in the water already. Might still do well on the PC with the indie devs, and the fact that PC players are more likely to spend a fuck ton of money on a peripheral if it's good and if it has games. And it goes for the console as well, but games are a bit harder to get onto consoles, and AAA developers aren't going to spend multi-millions on a game that might not make even more multi-millions. Simple as that. Yeah, thank you for watching Recoil Gaming Exploits. I know it's been quite a long video for just a piece of news. I don't know what I'm going to stick on in the background for this one, to be honest, but we'll see. So if there is some gameplay in the background, hope you enjoy it. But yeah, that's all from me. Thank you for watching. Do that stuff that every other channel says you do. I'll see you soon. Bye.